Man, we're back at it with another episode of the Speaking Heat podcast, man. Got my boy Braden over here.
Great week of football.
Great week of football, man. We're gonna dive into some things, man. Co-host Jers is slacking. That's
hard.
why he ain't here, but he's slacking.
He sleep.
But next man up, and we're gonna get cracking with it, man. Exciting week. Great games this weekend. A lot of wild innings. You know, we had a walk-off win with Big Jordan Davis with the field goal blocked and ran it back for a tutty at the end of the game, man. We had, I think, another game-winning field goal. The 49ers. They closed out that win in dramatic fashion. Crazy endings, man. Really good week. Another good week, you know. It just seems like it gets better and better every week. We'll talk about a bunch of games, a bunch of different things, man. Obviously, the Eagles walk-off win. Caleb Williams had a really good day. Led to a emphatic victory over the Cowboys. We got Danny Dimes on the Colts. They're continuing their run.
Sure.
It's looking like one of the best teams in the NFL. We saw the Falcons take a goose egg, man. We saw them take a bad L, an embarrassing L. We'll dive into that a little bit. A lot of great innings, but we saw a lot of backup quarterbacks. There's been, already early in the year, there's a lot of injuries. So next man up mentality, man. That's how it goes. We'll dive into a lot of these topics, man. First off, really, like, at least on paper, the game of the week, man. It was, the Eagles go and take down the Rams, dramatic fashion.
The Eagles were down.
They
were down 19-7.
Yeah, they were down 19-7 at the half. Rams started to kind of get it together. Big touchdown to Devontae Adams, and they were up big at half. You thought they were going to continue on and be able to control this game, but the Eagles came out and controlled the entire second half of the game. They scored 26-7 through the rest of the game. Really took hold of this game and fought their way back into the game. Really, the way the game really went, the first half, the defenses really controlled the game. The Rams did have a lead, but the defenses played pretty well. But the second half, the Eagles really, they went into the half and changed some things, obviously. And they started clicking in the second half, and then ended up, with Jordan Davis blocking the field goal and running it back. So crazy game,
Wild ending, man. I mean, you don't expect he's got to be at least 280 plus.
I think
it's Jordan Davis. He's got to be at least 320 plus.
And I heard he dropped weight too in the offseason.
So, for a big
Still
guy
massive.
like that to run it, probably 70 yards?
60, 70 yards.
Dude, that's what a play.
Yeah, just crazy game. The Eagles continue to show why they're kind of the standard at this point. You kind of thought, like, is the Rams going to get the jump on them? Are they going to be able to take them down this week? And they showed why they're the best. They showed why they're the Super Bowl champions, and they finished like great teams are supposed to do. And they went and got a big win, man. At home down, and they got it done. They really got it done.
Yes, sir.
First half, really, I noticed, like, Jalen Hurts just was not on in the first half of that game at all.
No, he didn't look comfortable. He looked flustered, man.
He really did. Offensively, the Eagles they just couldn't really get it going. They couldn't finish drives. They stopped and sputtered. It did not look great. But the second half did. The second half they really clicked and they got it going, man. Big win for the Eagles. Rams look good. I don't think this is a shot at the Rams at all by losing this game. They had a opportunity to go and win this game, and they had the field goal blocked, and it didn't go their way. But great game, great ending. You couldn't ask for a better inning. That was pretty wild.
As an Eagles fan, you have to be excited about that. That's what a way to cap off week 3.
Danny Dimes and the Colts, man, they look crazy good. Danny Dimes continues to show, his capabilities, with the Colts. Colts offense looks really, really good. They've put up 41. they look really, really good. They look really, really good. Danny Dimes continues to show, the doubters wrong.
For sure.
From him leaving from the Giants and looks really, really good, man. Colts offensively, defensively look like one of the best teams. I'm waiting to see them play some better teams, in my opinion. They have played some teams that haven't, had the greatest start to the year, but I mean, they look good. And they went against a young guy in Cam Ward for the Titans. He looks young. He looks promising. He looks like he looks young. He looks like a rookie, but he looks like he's not overwhelmed like a lot of rookies look.
Yeah.
So he looks like he could, continue to develop.
He has
and
potential.
do well.
It's his first year. We can't expect him to be, Jaden Daniels coming out the gate.
Exactly. I wouldn't say he's living up to the hype by what I see, but I think he's going in a good direction. I like what I see from Cam Ward, but the Colts, man, the Colts dominated that game. Mm-hmm. Colts went out and took care of business. They look really, really good. And kind of now, like once we're a couple games into the year, are the Colts one of the best? I think maybe. I think they're trending that way. I still want to see them play, some better teams, but by what I've seen so far, like they look like one of the best. They really, really do.
Sure. I think they have a good chance to at least have 10+ wins if they keep this good win streak going, man. But they're 3-0, aren't they?
Yeah, they're 3-0. 3-0.
I mean that
one of the undefeateds.
When's the last time the Colts have started 3-0?
It's probably been a while. It's probably been a handful of years.
I'd say so.
They look good though.
Hats off to them.
Hats off, dude. They look really, really good. Surprising result, man. Surprising result. We saw the Bears take down the Cowboys. Get a really impressive win, 31-14, man. We saw Caleb Williams have a really, really good day. Almost 300 yards passing, 4 touchdowns. Yeah, played really, really well.
He needed this.
He did. He really, really did.
Not just for for himself, but for his team as well. But just for the doubters. I mean, not saying Caleb has shown that he's top quarterback material yet, but I mean, I think he has great potential to keep going. I mean, he played the Cowboys. I expected the Cowboys to at least win by at least a touchdown. I think. I mean, but
yeah, man, so. Like you were saying, going into this game, the Cowboys look pretty good. They've had a pretty decent year.
Yeah.
Their defense hasn't looked the greatest the last couple games, but I mean, Dak's been playing well. The offense has been looking okay. And the Bears on the flip side, man, they have not looked well. They've looked so disorganized and befuddled, through this entire short season. Caleb Williams hasn't played well, and then he comes out and puts up a big performance. Balls out, comes out firing, and they go and take down the Cowboys, man. Caleb Williams had a lot of heat on him this week. Last week he had the whole, he was wearing the gray undershirt and was wearing all the accessories and just didn't look like he was part of the team type of thing, and he got a lot of heat for that. And you notice he had on blue and black.
Yeah,
he had on blue and black, but I mean, he played well. So I don't think it has anything to do with the accessories he's wearing, but he went out and played well. He needed to. He really, really did, and I like what I've seen. But on the flip side, I'm not too sure on what I see with Dallas's defense. I think that's becoming an issue. Yeah. Their defense has not had a great start.
I mean, it doesn't help with CD, losing him on the offensive side either now. I mean, this is like last year he was out for the whole season or pretty much.
Yep.
And with this ankle injury, he's probably going to be out at least, 2 to 3 weeks?
At least. I mean, I'm not sure the severity, but he's probably going to be out for a minute.
Yeah, I mean, it's just not, it doesn't feel good to be a Cowboys fan right now, man. I mean, no one expected the Bears to come out and beat them 31-14.
And to come out and play the way that they did, like, this is great for the Bears. This is great momentum. Mm-hmm. Cowboys coming in this game, they were looked at as, one of the better half teams in the league. And then the Bears performed the way that they did. And, we saw Rome Odunze get a touchdown. We saw things look like they might be coming together, and they're going to try to continue this momentum. And the Cowboys defense has got to figure it out, man. Dak Dak did not have the best game. He threw 2 picks. So we don't really, know what's going on with the Cowboys, but they need to fix it. And I'm sure CD not being there is not going to help. But we'll see, man. Bears look good. Cowboys need to figure out what's going on and get it together, man. Next, not so good performance by a team really that kind of looked okay in the first handful of weeks in the season, and that's Atlanta, man. Atlanta got beat 30-0. Big goose egg, man. The Panthers went out and did what they had to do, and they got the win. But I think it's further than just a loss. Atlanta looked pretty bad, especially offensively, man. They
very confusing, man. I mean,
very, very confusing. I mean, it's crazy because, looking at the game and stuff afterwards, I looked at just overall yards, looking at stats. Atlanta outgained Carolina by over 100 yards in total yards. So them to not score any points, but to get beat by 30 is actually very, very alarming. Penix didn't have a good day, threw 2 picks. One was a pick 6. And then we saw, no touchdowns on the board at all for Penix. Atlanta's got a passing game problem, I think. I think we saw the seeds of this in week 1 and 2 because they didn't throw the ball out well against the Bucs. They did what they had to do to keep themselves in the game. Sure. Then last week, almost no passing game, of production against the Vikings.
It was pretty obvious we're giving the ball to Bijan and Algier to keep the game going for us. And we kind of were looking like we were trying to get out of that Vikings game, in a little bit. We weren't trying to, step on the gas and make it, a better score for ourselves. And then in this game, it's the same, it's the same thing, Well, I think we tried passing the ball a lot more, but I mean, it was very unsuccessful. Penix looked very off. He was throwing balls in the dirt when receivers it's a wide open slant for a first down. I mean, Bijan is doing great. I mean, we can't say anything about him. He's Bijan, but
we can't just rely on one player.
No, we can't. You can't
to do everything. We have no vertical passing game.
No.
The run game looked great last week. The run game did not look very good this week. I don't know what the answers are. Just offensively, I just don't think Penix has not been in the rhythm at all. Not at all. It doesn't help. Obviously we had some injuries at wideout, but it just seeing their passing game just look terrible. There's no rhythm at all. There's no.
Yeah.
We can't get out of our own way, it seems like.
We have Mooney, we have Drake London. It's not that we don't have some people to go to, but man, it was just not clicking at all. There was no rhythm, like Lunch just said. There was no space. Every defender was locked down. We're throwing check downs 6 plays out of the drive. Which and the drives aren't long because we're having to punt the ball and either turning it over. So, I mean, it's just a bunch of checkdowns, man. It's like we don't, we're not trusting our receivers to go downfield. We're not trusting our O-line to block long enough for Penix to find his reads. It's not clicking, man, and I'm kind of worried. So, we play the Commanders next week, so.
We'll see, man. That's tough game, tough team. We'll see. It's weird because they have the ability to do better, and you just don't know what game they're going to find their passing game.
Yeah.
So we'll see, man. They didn't look great. Even the Panthers really didn't look great. They did not look like a team that went and won 30-0 against another team. It was a very underwhelming 30-0. So we'll see, man. We'll see how Atlanta gets things together, and hopefully we can do better next week. Next, we saw a very lackluster performance by the Chiefs. They got it done against the Giants, but terrible game, man. This was a terrible game to watch. This game had me bored to death watching this game. It was so just not. It was not entertaining by any means, but it wasn't good football either.
Yeah, I mean, watching the Chiefs from years before, you expect you see a really exciting, high tense game. You're thinking, the Chiefs are going to score the minimum of 25 points.
30 points, yeah.
But I mean, it was 9-6 at halftime. It's a field goal game.
Yeah, really. I mean, I think it was between the two teams. It was 1 touchdown and 3 field goals.
It's not all about entertainment, but at the end of the day, it's like the football. It just wasn't good football.
It was not at all. It was a very, very hard game to watch. Early, first half. The Chiefs obviously struggled to throw the football really the whole game, but especially in the first half, man.
Yeah.
Kelsey had multiple drops. There was one play where he threw to Kelsey. I think Kelsey was running a wheel route up the left sideline, and he overthrew him by like 5 yards. And it's like you could see the frustration between them, and you even saw on the sideline they showed Kelsey and Andy Reid having words, man.
Yeah, they're frustrated. I mean, Kelsey has every right to be frustrated, though. I mean, it's Patrick Mahomes' job to get the ball to his guys, and it's not happening. So
it's not, man. It just And offensively, they don't run the ball very well. I don't think they lean on the run game either.
Pacheco's not even used. It's like they use Kareem Hunt more than Pacheco, which I'm not saying Kareem Hunt is worse or better, but Pacheco he was injured all last year. You would think that they would utilize him more, considering they're out Worthy, they're out Rashee Rice. Yeah. I mean, it just makes sense to involve more of your guys.
Especially if your wide receiver core is hurting, and your passing game is going to obviously be negatively affected on it. Try to run the football more. Try to establish more of a run game. Control the clock more. Because if you're struggling to run to throw the football and to move the football, kind of change up your mentality a little bit on what you're trying to do to move the football until you can get your guys back, man.
And you said it best. They have Juju back.
Yeah. They got Juju, Tyquan Thornton.
They need, if Tyreek could come back, they're almost the same offense.
I've been saying this for years at this point. I think what we've seen offensively from them for the last 3 or 4 years is not necessarily a difference in Mahomes or a difference in necessarily the way that they throw the football. I just think losing Tyreek Hill, I've been saying it forever. I think they need Tyreek Hill back. But him not being in that offense, he took the top off of defenses. He changed the way that defenses game planned and guarded their wide receiver core.
See, Tyreek Hill made it easier for Kelsey to be more a part of the game. It involved Pacheco to be more a part of the game. It forced teams to have to play different players. Right now they're just having to worry about Mahomes.
Yeah, I mean, like for real, and just they struggled. They struggled for a long time, and now with injuries, it's making it even worse.
Yeah.
Second half, they improved a little bit in the second half. They figured some things out, at the half, but they still didn't look great. They did enough to win the game, but
22-9 looks like they had a really good game, but it honestly was not.
It really wasn't. It really was not. And on the other side, not much better either. The Giants offensively they just don't look very good.
Neighbors was not a part of the game. Yeah. Wandale Robinson was a ghost. You can't win when you don't throw to your receivers, man.
I mean that's true. Russ is struggling.
Yeah.
Russ is struggling. He's very inconsistent. He's not very efficient, and he's not throwing the ball down the field.
That deep ball he threw into triple coverage, man.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing?
Like, I just Russ is not helping at all. You see, Jackson Dart, he's over here waiting on the sideline, ready to go and helmet on, ready to go. So I mean, at what point do we start seeing more Jackson Dart? They did like the two platoon quarterback thing last week, and I'm just waiting to kind of see when they maybe throw Jackson Dart in there as the starter and see what he's got, man. Because they don't have much. They've got some decent players, but really, Scattaboo is really becoming the Giants' main weapon.
Yeah.
He actually had a good day yesterday. He played pretty well. Multiple catches. They were running the ball with him. He looks good. But he obviously can't do everything. So they need to figure it out, man. The Giants, we're not expected to be great, but they need to do something to improve their game, man. So. Around the league, there was more than just those key games, man. There was a lot of decent performances, and good games around the league. Obviously, the Bills on Thursday night, took care of business against the Dolphins. Tua with a bad pick, really, late in the game. Had an opportunity to potentially, put themselves in position to win the game, and just threw a crucial pick, man.
Damn.
Yeah, I know, right? It just they just can't get out of their own way, man. The Dolphins they've not looked great this year, and this is the best they've looked all year, and they still came up short.
Tyreek, it's going to be a matter of time before Tyreek actually crashes the out.
Yeah, he just Tyreek Hill's not happy. I don't blame him. He's going to want out at some point. I'm sure he probably already does, but the Dolphins don't look good, and the Bills picked up a win, a division win at that. So the Steelers, man, we saw the Steelers go and take care of business against the Patriots. Aaron threw for 2 touchdowns. Aaron didn't look great, but looked good enough. It was a game. It was actually a pretty entertaining game, but Steelers went and took care of business.
Yeah, I didn't watch much of this game, but I had Aaron Rodgers on my, Joe Burrow's out.
Yeah.
So no, Jaden Daniels is out, so I had to fill in one of my slots in fantasy, man. So I put in Aaron Rodgers, and he did pretty good, man. So
yeah, Steelers look okay. What are they, 2-1? I think. So
I believe so.
They're right in the mix. So they looked all right. So they got to win. So. Mm-hmm. We saw the Chargers. Chargers went and
what a game!
Yes,
what a game!
I know, right? Just usually great games between these two.
That touchdown pass from Herbert rolling out left as a right-handed quarterback.
Yep.
He was throwing across his body, and I just didn't think that he could get it to that spot, bro. But the most beautiful throw.
Nasty throw, man. One of the best throws of the football in the league. Look good. Chargers look good. 3-0. Look like one of the best. They're definitely in the mix with being one of the better teams in the AFC. They look really, really good. I like what I see, and they took care of business.
I know y'all know I'm a Falcons fan. I know I said that a lot. But, man, the Chargers, bro, I'm not saying I have a second favorite team, but they are not just a good team. They're fun to watch. I'm really happy for Herbert, man. A lot of people were doubting him. The few seasons ago, thinking that he just wasn't going to be the franchise quarterback for them, and he's showing them wrong.
Sure is, man. I like Herbert too. Big Oregon fan. Watched him in college. Always seemed like untapped potential, and I think he's starting to get there, and they can get better, but they look good. He looks good.
I think with Harbaugh, it's going to be great this year.
Oh yeah, for sure. We saw the Browns. The Browns took down the Packers. Packers was like one of the best teams in the league, and the Browns defense went and won this game almost single-handedly. Very low scoring game, but they got it done. The Browns defense they're ridiculous. The Browns defense is stupid good, man.
Yeah, we thought the Packers defense was going to be the key in this one. It was the opposite. So
I like watching the Browns defense. They're going to be hard to score on. They're going to be winning some games that you don't think they should be winning because their defense is so good.
You said Myles Garrett
is a dog, man. Myles Garrett is something else. That defensive front is something else. Browns look good, man. They look good on Sunday. I thought the Packers would for sure win this game, and the Browns did what they had to do, and they went and won this game, man. Crazy ending.
Yeah, for sure.
49ers. Game-winning field goal.
Another good game.
Not Daniel Jones, but Mac Jones.
Yeah,
Mac Jones, obviously, hobbled a little bit, but they went and took care of business and, division rival against the Cardinals and took care of business, man. They, did what they needed to do to get a win, and they kicked it was around a 52-yard or so.
Yeah, they were way back. It was a screenplay to set that up. So
yeah.
What a way to cap off that game. So
yeah, for real. 49ers are interesting because they don't look like a great team. But I will say that they are scrappy and they're getting things. They're winning these games, man.
I didn't expect Pearsall to be, just as good as he is this year. Not that he was a bad player last year or anything, but man, he has sure stepped up with all the trades and stuff that's happened. So
they look good, man. They look good. They are dealing with some injuries, but they're getting it done. Commanders went and another really good game. Went went and took down the Raiders. We saw Mariota step in for Jaden Daniels, and he had a good day. Not a crazy day. Threw for around 200 yards, had a touchdown. Showed off his wheels a little bit.
Yeah.
Did have a bad fumble, but they were able to overcome that, and they look good. Commanders look good. Running with a backup quarterback. Even though Mariota, who's a vet, they look good. Raiders, like if there was a game for them to win, man, this was it. Going against the backup quarterback, and they still couldn't get it done. Vikings, another backup quarterback. As we said earlier, we got some quarterbacks that are having to step up. While we got some starters hurt, and Carson Wentz was another one. Carson Wentz, didn't have a great day necessarily, but went out and threw 2 touchdowns and a win over the Bengals, who are also with a backup quarterback and Jake Browning. Obviously, Burrow is out for around 3 months or so with the turf toe injury. So Vikings go out and put up some big numbers, against the Bengals, man.
Yeah, best game for the Vikings so far this year, man. It was a good game that Justin Jefferson needed this. I mean, he hasn't had much action in the first 3 weeks, so the first 2 weeks, but
yeah. And something I was thinking of, like whenever they're in this game, do they keep Carson Wentz in? Even though like they'll have when JJ McCarthy comes back, are they gonna still roll with Wentz? Especially if Wentz starts next week.
I think if Wentz keeps playing, this kind of football, I mean, it's going to be hard just to say, sorry, man, you're going to have to go back to the bench.
Yeah, I know, right?
I mean,
vet, has played a lot of good football in the past, but he's a vet, and knows how to play in this league. And if they're winning games, then he's doing what it takes. So we'll see. Just some overall thoughts, man. Something that really kind of like I've noticed early in the year, like we're not that far into the year, and there's so many injuries already. Like not just sprains and pulls and stuff like this, but we're talking like season-ending injuries, man.
Yeah.
Already like severe injuries. I've already seen like 3 people get carted off, and it's been like 3 weeks. It's crazy, man. This week, what we see, James Conner, like basically had a terrible ankle injury.
I didn't see it.
Gruesome ankle injury. We saw last week Austin Eckler, really good player, tear his Achilles.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of severe injuries.
Daniels, CD.
Yeah, just Burrow.
Last night.
Quarterbacks.
Last night, Tracy went out with a left arm issue or something.
Yeah. There's been so many injuries already. It's pretty wild. It's like it's something that's really stood out to me. There's been a ton of injuries. It's insane.
For sure. I mean, it's overall, man. It's been a wild week 3 of NFL, man. It's been good though.
It's been good, but just like
you don't want to see this happen in any
already.
You don't want to happen. You don't want to see it at all. But at the same time, you don't want to see it in week 3, and your team has
15 weeks to go.
A harder chance to get to the Super Bowl. I mean, that's the biggest ultimate goal. And, like Joe Burrow,
I'm sure the hope for their fan base is gone.
Week 2, I'm sure there was people leaving the stands when it happened because they just kind of know, like, what it's going to come down to. It's going to come down to who's going to play quarterback after.
Yeah. But yeah, just lots of injuries, lots of severe injuries. Just something I noticed a lot. It was a ton. It's already been a ton. It's hopefully that trend doesn't continue.
Yeah.
Man, let's look at a nice week 4, man. We got a couple games that are really, really key games and big games in my opinion. We got the Packers. Packers are gonna travel to Dallas and play the Cowboys. Interesting game. I feel like obviously these two teams are kind of rivals, but we saw really both teams have surprising losses.
Yeah.
And we're going to see, which teams are going to be able to rebound and pick up a win, man. Packers didn't look great against the Browns offensively, and the Cowboys looked terrible on defense last week. And they've looked terrible on defense the last couple weeks. So I'm excited to see how that game plays out.
Yeah, for sure.
We got the Ravens. Ravens battle the Chiefs, big time AFC matchup, potential AFC championship. At one point, we don't know with the Chiefs right now, but interesting game because, we always know, like, it just always, no matter what, no matter how the Chiefs play, even though they've struggled lately, they always seem to keep themselves in it. And I feel like this is the same case here. Ravens look like the better team, but can the Chiefs keep themselves within the game? I think they do. They're playing at home. Interesting game. I've got the Ravens, but I don't know. I'm interested to see how this game goes.
I mean, if we're talking about last year, this would be a banger. The Chiefs are missing some offensive weapons. I just think the Ravens are a little bit too strong for them right now. So I just see the Ravens pulling this one out. But hopefully it's a good game, man. Hopefully it's not like, a Falcons 30-0 kind of score.
Yeah. Colts at the Rams. Interesting game. Because the Colts look really good. Danny Dimes is playing well. Their offense is moving the football well. And obviously the Rams. The Rams are a good football team. This, to me, is going to be a test on what are the Colts really made of. Is what we're seeing fool's gold, or is what we're seeing for real? I'm excited to see, this matchup, because this is going to tell me a lot about the Colts.
Yeah, I mean, if Danny Dimes can pull this one off, I think that the Colts are a stronger team than what we actually think, or what people might think. So, I mean, Danny Dimes is rolling with it, man. If he can keep this going, it's going to be looking nice. But Stafford looked good against the Eagles. I mean, it was a close game. Rams honestly should have taken that dub. So I think the Rams they're going to be they're going to be hunting.
They're going to be hunting for sure. So. For sure. They're going to want to rebound from a heartbreaking loss. And good game, good matchup. Colts look good, Rams look good. Exciting game. Eagles on the flip side. Crazy ending of that game. Picked up a big win. And the Bucks look like a good football team. Baker's playing good football. We'll see, man. Eagles and Bucks is going to be an interesting matchup. Kind of the same thing, but the Bucks are at home this week. How good are the Bucks? We're really going to see. They're playing arguably the best team in the NFL. We're really going to get to see what Baker's really made of, what this passing game's really made of, and how good are the Bucks really?
Yeah, I mean, Igbuka, Evans. Shepard, they're going to have to ball out to be able to play against this Eagles defense.
For sure, man. Just good slate on week 4. Good games, exciting games. Really, I think this is kind of around the time where you're really going to start to really see who's made of what teams are for real and what teams are not. And I think week 4 is going to tell us a lot. So can't wait for week 4. Exciting. Might put some bets down. So we're going to see, man. It's good hopping on here.
Sure.
Great weekend of games. Looking forward to next week. So let's get out of here.